Okay, autumn is here and Halloween approaches, and what I'm going to do is to carve some of these pumpkins and turn them into jack-o'-lanterns, as well as decorate the house with what you see on the table here. Obviously most jack-o'-lanterns I'd normally light with tea lights and candles, etc, but I'm also going to try with some of the larger ones, putting some of these solar jars inside to create a different colour. So I've got a blue light here. Let me just, I think I turned it off. There we go, a blue light here. I'll save them the power, so I actually switched that one off. And the firefly jar gives a really nice kind of green glow. So what I'm going to do is actually going to put batteries into this unit, because the firefly jar can actually, as well as the fairy jar actually, which gives off a blue light glow, which isn't on the table at the moment, but these can actually be battery powered, and then the batteries last for several days, so that's really quite useful. The sun jars only last for about 6 to 8 hours, but that's not too bad at all for an evening. And of course that means I've got the option of doing a kind of traditional candle glow, and for the areas that I want to be very much more child friendly, I can then use the solar powered lights or even glow sticks. With glow sticks you need about 2 or 3 per pumpkin, but that works quite well as well. Obviously glow sticks only last between say 6 to 8, if you're lucky 12 hours. The light goes a little bit dim, but far longer than candles. I find the tea lights last between 4 and 8 hours, depending on the wind, etc. Obviously you can put a larger or half-sized pillar candle in, and you'll get days out of this as well. But you've got to be very careful with the height of the candle, because obviously you can't have the flame anywhere near the top of the jack-o'-lantern, so it all depends on the size, etc. So I'm going to clear the table, I'm going to make some pumpkins, and I'm going to show what they look like with these lights, both candles, the solar jars and glow sticks, and a few variety of different pumpkin sizes and carvings as I get ready for Halloween. Okay, here's my jack-o'-lantern, and what I'm going to do to light it is I'm going to put this firefly jar in, which glows really quite nice green. So let's just pop that inside. Now this particular model firefly jar is able to be charged and powered totally by batteries, so that's really quite useful. So it means I haven't got to worry about changing the batteries or recharging it on the second or third day. So you can see this green light do its business. I'm going to turn the lights off, and of course in the distance the blue one that I was using earlier has come on. Let me just turn that off. That was a sun jar that you saw in an earlier and different video. And now what we've got is the green glowing jack-o'-lantern. Now there's actually a very slow and very gentle, you might not be able to see it so well as I can here, pulsingness to that light, and that's partly because the properties of the jar. The firefly jar actually illuminates multiple LEDs in a kind of randomish pattern, and it gives it a very slow pulsing as the different eyes and the different parts of the actual jack-o'-lantern are doing its thing. So I think that, again, really good child friendly way of lighting a jack-o'-lantern. It's a good way of putting a jack-o'-lantern into an upstairs room in your bedroom and not have to worry about the candles or the heat and the risk of fire. And it's also a very good way of having a jack-o'-lantern in an area where you've just got kids, perhaps with less adult supervision, so they're not alone with any candles. So when you're in the kitchen getting the food ready and the kids are in the front room, they're playing various Halloween games, running around, you haven't got to worry about someone taking their hands into the jack-o'-lantern and burning themselves, or knocking it over and getting wax, or worse, and burning themselves. So it's a really neat kind of modern way to have an illuminated jack-o'-lantern. We'll just bring out the jar so you can see what I meant by the twinkling effect. Okay, it's actually got a little handle, so I'm going to just hold it by it so it's in front of the camera. So this is the firefly jar, and as you can see, different parts of the jar are glowing, pulsing up and down because it emulates fireflies. But I think this is a brilliant way of getting a zombie green into a jack-o'-lantern. So I'm going to pop it back in again, put the lid on the jack-o'-lantern, and as you can see I'm going to dim the last light so you can actually get it properly in the darkness. And there you can see a lot better the pulsing light changing around the jack-o'-lantern. So you've got the eyes, this eye going bright, and then this eye going bright and dim, and the nose and nostrils and the mouth doing things, which I think really adds an absolute brilliant kind of magic to the jack-o'-lantern, because it really brings it alive, adds that kind of flickering candlelight effect that you really want. And I think for a modern safe alternative, this range of LED lights is absolutely perfect way of using them all year round, not just on the windowsills but also at Halloween in your jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, what I've done this time is I've popped a blue solar light jar inside the jack-o'-lantern. I'm just going to turn the lights off. So what you've got here is a much lower glow. It's nowhere near as bright as it would be if it were candles, but you've got here a really nice kind of spookily blue glowing look on that face there from that jack-o'-lantern, something quite novel. It's got a real electric blueness to it. I'm just going to show you what that actually is inside. So I'm going to take the lid off quickly. And exactly as I said, this is one of the sun jars. So it's solar powered, it's charged up by normal daylight, and it's obviously detected that it's dark and it comes on. So you've got here a light sensitive pumpkin. Now the charge of these things only lasts for a few hours, so you're not going to get a full weekend's use unless you're charging it quite fully with an electric light or otherwise. But I've got other sun jars and light jars and solar jars that you can actually also power with batteries that give off different colours. But that I thought was a really neat blue. It's a really good glow going on there, and something quite different for Halloween.